Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ming Chen from Comic Book Ben, and you're listening to Best Threesome Ever. Find Best Threesome Ever on Facebook. Search Best Threesome Ever. That's 3 with the number 3. It is my favorite podcast.
Welcome to Best Threesome Ever, a podcast discussing all things revolving around nerdy pop culture. Probably not what you were expecting, but it's just as fun. Now here are your hosts, Nick, Rob, and Kevin.
Jesus.
Oh my God. I didn't know in 8th grade you were also Galen Matarazzo.
Who?
The Dustin from Stranger Things.
Oh. Kind of, except I had all my teeth. That couch saw a lot of action. Being that I was...
Was it a drama club couch?
No, it was a couch in our basement of my
okay.
house. I have 2 older brothers, plus me. We were a fancy family. We had 2 TVs.
But when you say that the couch got action, that doesn't necessarily mean you were on the couch at the time.
I mean, eventually it was.
I'm also not suggesting that you never got action on the couch. You just...
Sounded like you were implying.
There were multiple actions.
Yeah, there were multiple actions.
Yes, true. Yes.
Quite a few rising actions, probably a number of falling actions.
Cross it. All right, here we go. Best Threesome Ever, episode 153, brought to you by Heroic Goods and Games and Jaybird Wines. I'm Nick.
I'm Rob.
I'm Kevin.
And here we go. 153. It's a good number, I guess. I don't know.
I'm already exhausted.
Yeah, me too. It's a long day.
It was a long work week.
Yeah.
I have given up on my job, so that's fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I just sort of started, so, like I'm on my own on the road for the first time. And so, Rob, I will have you know, well, actually, I'll have both of you know, because I believe both of you enjoy these. I have been sort of forced to change my stance on audiobooks.
Oh.
And I think we that was cool, like harmonized. I think maybe I briefly mentioned this, but yeah, I've gotten an Audible now, and I actually just finished my first audiobook today.
Which one?
So I bought both of the books by Yahtzee Croshaw, the Zero Punctuation
Video
game reviewer.
Ben Croshaw. He goes by Yahtzee, I know. If you had said Ben Croshaw, I don't know how, but I would have gotten that before Yahtzee Croshaw.
Well, specifically his name as an author is Yahtzee
Yeah.
Croshaw.
Okay.
And so I the first of his spacefaring books, We'll Save the Galaxy for Food. It was quite good.
I like that.
And so I started the second one.
There you go.
Might I recommend for you in the future, since it sounds like you're doing like fiction novel stuff?
Yeah, I'm not a nonfiction guy.
No, it's
I
fine.
only use my powers for evil.
Fair enough. Peter David. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
Okay. So Peter David has a trilogy of books called the Apropos Trilogy.
Okay.
It starts with Sir Apropos of Nothing.
Okay. Very clever.
Yeah, very clever. And it's, I don't know if it comes across in audiobook form, but because this may very well just be a book form issue, he specifically avoids, aside from conjunctions, ever using the same word twice.
In a book?
Conjunctions and pronouns, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like the entire book, he doesn't use the same?
Yeah, I think that's the goal. I don't know if it works, but I do know that like he started the book series as a writing exercise.
Yeah. Sometimes you do.
Because fucking some people have no time on their hands, I guess.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, right?
I was just going to say that. Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Just thinking about that, like, how nice would it be? Like, I couldn't stop working if I had, like, a lot of money. I'd still have to, like, work. I just wouldn't work as hard and care less.
Yeah, that's why if one of us wins the lottery, we need to open up, like, a nerd store.
Yeah, but then we maintain the store and
No, but, like,
turn a profit.
We hired the guys.
You're saying we got to open a quick stop with a video store and rental next to
No,
it.
you know what we should do?
Why would
I'm
you
not
have a
going to do
video
it.
store?
I want to do it, but I'm
Why
not
would you
gonna
have a
do
video
it.
store rental anymore? Seriously.
there's a couple that still exist.
Well, there's still one Blockbuster.
We'll call it Puzzles. Sorry.
Should totally open a bar.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing.
How
How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, okay.
They call it puzzles.
Why?
If you'd like to know why they call it puzzles, that's the puzzle.
Funny. I just read a little meme the other day that I've seen it before, and I'm sure you guys have seen it plenty of times. But it says that Neil Patrick Harris based his character of Barney Stinson based off of Bob Saget. The first time he met him at a party at his house, at Bob Saget's house, and he was just kind of like this whatever. So he based Barney Stinson off of that.
Wouldn't surprise me at
Admittedly,
all.
that doesn't
And which makes it especially funny since Bob Saget is older Ted. I don't want to say adult Ted because he's already an adult, so it's kind of weird.
Right.
But he does sound like an older Josh Radnor.
He does.
Which is funny because I just watched Starship Troopers yesterday. Speaking of Neil Patrick Harris, he looks like a child in that movie.
This is not terribly. I mean, it's maybe 5 years post Doogie Howser.
Yeah, this is like this is almost immediately post Doogie Howser.
Not definitely not immediately. He was out of the spotlight for a little while.
It was like 98, 99, right?
And Doogie was in the 80s, my friend. 80s to early 90s.
Yeah, it lasted till like 93, 94.
Yeah, and
so like, a 5-year break, I suppose, to go to school.
Which is the words I used.
James, I almost said James Vanderbeek. Who the guy that plays the lead in that?
Casper Van Dien.
Casper Van Dien, thank you. I wanted to say Casper, but I'm like, is that really his name? And I don't want to sound stupid, so I'll just say I don't know his name. He looks like he's like 40 in that movie.
He sure does.
Yeah.
And like, it just made me realize, I'm like, why didn't they cast younger people to play like younger?
Because he has that incredibly square jaw.
He absolutely does.
And they're also going for like he's playing Rico from high school through like at least his mid-20s. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they're going for.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, the 90s was rampant with its use of actors playing high schoolers in their
absolutely.
late
I don't
20s.
think that's ended. I mean,
It's gotten better.
I feel like I was watching Sabrina, and this guy came and he's like, these are the troubles we have being 15-year-olds because that's how old I am, 15. And then he turns around, he has a bald spot. So whatever.
I agree. I think they're at least finding, if they're older, they're at least looking, more like if they're playing like a senior in high school, they look like a senior in high school, And if they need kids, they'll cast kids. But I guess it's also hard to find really good kid actors for movies.
Okay, so this isn't a joke, and I want to cut this if we can because it wasn't a joke, and it's not an insult. It was just a pure curiosity. When did you start losing your hair?
I don't know.
Okay. I was just wondering if you had like a bald spot when you're...
No.
Okay.
I know.
We've seen some high school pics of him with his...
No, dude, I had fucking
No, that's true. He did
glorious
have
hair.
No, you're right. I'm so sorry I asked. I've
fine.
seen pictures of you that young. You were
But I
fucking Christian Slater.
So, and I'll answer that question this way because it was very much
At minimum, Richard Dorff.
Yeah.
Steven Dorff? Steven Dorff?
Steven Dorff.
I couldn't remember the
also
Dorff part.
Also, my brain just mashed up Richard Kind and Steven Dorff. And
You are welcome.
Steven Dorff reminds me of another point that I wanted to make. Hold on to that thought. I will answer that question really quickly.
Yeah.
It was hard for me because I had it like in the typical 90s bowl cut like this.
yeah, with the Ryder Strong part.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I started kind of slicking it, not like slicking it back, but kind of like pushed it back a little bit, but it was a little raised. So I used mousse,
Yeah, like late seasons Ryder Strong.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then after I did that, for some odd reason, I cut it super short and I started pushing it like forward, kind of in
Like modern Ryder Strong. It's not my fault.
I don't know who Ryder Strong is, but
Sean Hunter from Boy Meets World.
oh, okay. So at that point, when I was doing that, it would be hard to tell because this was all pushed forward and this was all shaved real short.
Oh, sure. So you couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell.
All right.
And then after that, I just kind of did it, and then all of a sudden I started realizing, probably in my 30s.
And now I'm looking just past your head, and I can see that. I want to say it's ROTC, but I don't think that's true.
No.
But that picture of you in some sort of uniform, I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter. But like you and your luscious, beautiful Christian Slater.
It's
our
tech uniforms.
tech uniforms. Okay.
Theater tech uniforms. Yeah, it was from a summer show. My sister-in-law took that picture.
Oh, this is a dashing picture of you, my friend.
I look like I was. I can tell you the story behind this picture. Very tired, very pissed off, and just wanted to go the fuck home. It was a very long day of rehearsals.
You're probably gonna have to
It
post
gave you
that picture. In
it
the
gave you
show
the
notes.
perfect smolder. So
Yeah, right.
Or on
It's
the
like,
Facebook.
come on, drink the fucking picture. Fucking picture.
Let everyone see how pretty you were.
Yeah.
And are, mind you, but like different levels of pretty.
Well.
Now it's a much more masculine,
very rugged.
daddy kind of.
Thanks.
You're daddy pretty.
So here's our best threesome ever is going today.
And people,
Hey, it's Pride Month. We get to be a little bit gay.
somebody asked me, how do you describe your body type?
Now?
And I said, built dad bod. 'Cause it's better than saying like a linebacker. It's like my dad bods are good, right? People like dad bods, I guess, are in.
Yeah.
So I'm like a built dad bod, like a really big
Nice
dad
father
bod.
figure. Yeah.
Probably had a couple kids. Steven Dorff.
Somewhere around
Stephen
a
Dorff. Yeah,
safety.
you were going to say something about Stephen Dorff.
I watched Blade last night.
The first one. Yes. The original. Okay. Well, that's the only one he's done. What am I fucking
First of
saying?
all, what a horseshit movie. But here's my question. So in Blade, he's got these really cool tools and weapons and things that like disintegrate people and vampires. But then there's a one guy that he like cuts his arm off, but instead of dying like anybody else he would cut with a sword, his arm that fell off just disintegrates, but the rest of him is fine, and it grows back.
I refuse to answer any questions or let Kevin answer any questions until you take back that you said Blade was a horseshit movie.
Well, great. The second one was better, and the third one was the best. Because it has my future ex-wife in it, Jessica Biel.
That's Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Biel carried that film.
They absolutely did.
Here's a fun fact. Jessica Biel actually did a lot of her own archery in
Yes.
that film.
Oh,
and she
dope.
got so good, as a matter of fact,
Oh, yeah, I know what you're gonna- yep.
in one shot where she was supposed to shoot kind of at the camera, and they had this big plexiglass safety thing over it, except for like a little 2-inch square, so that the shot would be on,
It would be on
uninhibited.
film versus.
She shot right into that 2-inch hole directly into like a
From a distance, like a
from
good
a distance. Right, true.
It was a good distance.
And just destroyed a $15,000
Yep,
camera or whatever.
correct.
Oh my
Yep.
God, I love
Yep.
that.
There's a behind.
And no one was even mad about it. They're like, holy shit, that was really good.
Yeah,
We can never use that shot, unfortunately. but-
right. It's that last shot when she's shooting Dracula. Spoilers, I guess.
God,
I'm sorry.
Fuck, man.
save it for whatever that segment we do. Happy endings, that's the one.
That's where Nick would prefer Jessica Biel.
It wasn't a horseshit movie, but it was very
It
pre-Marvel.
was very 90s.
It is very,
Very
90s. It's a
90s.
solid film. Yeah.
And probably
obviously we've seen-
Stephen Dorff's last fucking role, because I don't remember anything he was in after that.
Not true. He's in plenty of straight-to-video movies after that.
Yeah.
Could you name one without looking at IMDb?
I remember seeing one every fucking day back when I worked at Movie Gallery. It was
That wait, hang on.
Awesome.
So that would be Kmart Blockbuster is what I'm hearing.
And the reason why I can still see the cover in my head, like he's running, it's kind of blurry, he's got a gun. Because he looks so different from like the Stephen Dorff I remember from Blade.
Right.
Like
Right.
he looks like a completely different person. Like
That
like
sure
life
isn't-
wasn't terribly kind to him after that.
Yeah. Looking at Stephen Dorff now, you're just like, oh man, Lindsay from Angel went real bad.
Yeah.
At one point, Christian Kane and Stephen Dorff,
Well, he
Dorff
wasn't
looked
He wasn't
identical.
Immortals with Henry Cavill.
Was he?
Good for him.
Really?
I'm gonna find this movie though, because as soon as I see it, I'll know exactly which fucking movie it is.
Although I've noticed IMDb changes some of the movie poster covers or the movie covers for their films. Okay, Blade wasn't horseshit. It just
I like Blade.
I like
I
it.
think Blade 2 sucks. And I think Blade 3 is a good movie on very different merits from the original Blade.
Oh God, he wasn't alone in the dark. Ugh.
yes, he was. I Blade 2. I liked Ron Jeremy, and I liked what was it, Christian? I think the one got the redheaded guy who ended up being in the Underworld movies.
It was Covert won the Hades factor.
Anyways,
It was Stephen Dorff and Mira Sorvino.
Oh,
Really?
yeah, she was big in the '90s too.
I love me some. Anytime I see Mira Sorvino these days, I'm just like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm glad you still get work. You're great.
The redhead. Oh, he was a very highly trained Shakespearean actor playing vampires. So cool.
Sure.
Yeah. The second
makes
one was okay.
The second one, in my opinion, sucks balls.
And
I think Blade Trinity is a great film, but it's not quite. It's not in. It should not have been a movie in the Blade trilogy.
And
it should have been a separate thing.
And I know that Stan Lee executive produced them, but I don't know. It wasn't like a Marvel.
He executive produced a lot of them, and this was way before the.
Right.
This was like their new thing they were going to try and do, where they're like, all right, we're gonna try some some bigger budget comic book movies, see if we can get this shit to sell. And there was a monicum of interest, and they're like, all right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a big one now. And they did X-Men, and it went fucking gangbusters.
Right.
And then they did Spider-Man, and it blew the fucking roof off. And they're like, all right, this is all we're doing from now on. And 22 years later, here we are.
Yeah.
So it was
there was a
pre-Marvel
low point
Studios.
in there, but sorry, go ahead.
No, I couldn't remember if it was like, if anywhere it actually says that it had anything to do with Marvel. It has to, based on the Marvel character. Maybe
did.
I don't remember.
And now, if you see it, they've retroactively, if you watch it on digital or anything, they've retroactively put in like the Marvel, like the like the comic book flipping. And I think they added that back in like 2010 or so.
They did not.
They have
That
not.
wasn't in the original?
I don't believe so.
No.
That Marvel thing didn't come about until I
no, that's
think
fair, yeah.
Iron Man.
I don't even think it was the first Iron Man.
No,
I think it might have been the second one.
Maybe. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think in the first one it was just the Marvel logo with comics.
I don't think it was in the original Hulk either. I think it's been retroactively put in that one.
I was watching HBO Max, I think it was on. No, I don't remember what streaming service. But streaming services are like standing at the fucking refrigerator door with a door open trying to decide what you want to fucking eat. Anyways, I just wanted to be entertained for a couple hours. Anyways,
I have a bit of news I want to complain about.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
So Joaquin Phoenix was in a film called The Joker.
Oh, I've heard about this.
And this is somebody who did not want to take a normal comic book movie role because he didn't want to be franchised. He didn't want to be in a sequel. It was a one and done. So he was like, yes, I'll do it. The film came out. It was a very good medical theory piece regarding mental health. It was, strictly speaking, a very good movie. I just never want to watch it again.
Yeah.
They're making a fucking Joker 2.
Isn't he dead?
No, he killed the doctor and started running around the asylum at the end. Spoiler alert. So they're making a second one, and it's called Joker Folie à Deux, which is Madness of Two. Folie à Deux is also a term for a mental disorder shared by two people, which is leading people to believe that they're going to do some iteration of Harley Quinn in it.
No.
I'll throw myself off a building. Am I going to watch this movie?
Yes.
Yes. Am I going to watch it again after that? Probably not.
No.
It's just, it was
Yeah.
fucking A.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I didn't like about the Joker. I didn't like the fact that the age was so off. Like, if they're doing the three Jokers thing, fine. But, like, Thomas Wayne was, like, this grandfather aged above Bruce, like Donald Trump type.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. And, like, if you want to make Thomas a little bit more of a, you know, a modern rich person where he's not great, that's fine. But, like, they made him bottom of the barrel rich. Much of it was very uncomfortable. I don't like not knowing what happened to Zazie Beetz' character. Even though you know, you don't know.
Right.
But you know.
Yeah.
No, I have a lot of issues. Clever title, I suppose, but I'm still annoyed. Okay, that's my bitching moment.
So you don't want to see another Harley Quinn?
I don't.
I don't either.
I was going to say, I don't want that either. Like,
We have one, and she's perfect.
Yeah. And let her continue to be Harley Quinn, separate from Joker. Because that story I'm over. It's been done to death in so many places at this point. Worst of all being the first Suicide Squad film, where I absolutely hated their relationship.
Fortunately, we didn't have to see a lot of it, and
Thankfully.
she continued carrying the film.
Yeah. But we've moved past that now. When we've moved past Harley Quinn and Joker, Harley Quinn is her own character, and that's great. I don't want to see, frankly, any actress, but especially Margot Robbie, go to this movie.
I don't think they would do that. It's
I don't think
not
they would
connected. It would be a mistake. Everyone would hate it, especially Margot Robbie.
Yeah, Margot Robbie would be like, nope, not changing who my character is.
Well, and she's been a very vocal proponent of making Harley a more, making her more of a shit. This is now I'm conscious of my words because you said how much you needed to edit me. Harley has become such a good self-functioning, independent woman. I hate the phrase; it doesn't work. But she's become such an independent woman and sort of very separate from Joker, and doesn't need to be a part of that universe anymore. So why would we do that again? To bring her back in any iteration is stupid.
Yeah, I agree. It was supposed to be a new Indiana Jones film with Harrison Ford.
Yeah, they've been working on it for a while now, but production keeps stopping because of COVID, and he keeps hurting himself, and
He's
come out at some point, I'm sure.
80.
Isn't Chris Pratt supposed to be in this one?
I don't know.
Because I'm pretty sure that everyone's given up on Shia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm okay with that too. Yeah, and Crystal Skull I did not like it.
I still haven't seen it.
Really?
Don't even.
I couldn't bring myself to do it. I loved the old indie movies, and you
Yeah,
know me.
me too.
I don't mind change. I don't mind updates.
Right.
I don't mind progressing a story to newer audiences. I never have. It didn't need aliens.
Yeah, it's extra bunker. No, like
Zero part of Indiana Jones needed aliens. Fuck off, Spielberg, you fucking hack. You're not as good as people pretend you are. E.T. was confusing. I watched it as an adult. I'm like, this makes no sense. This is stupid. And then they put in walkie-talkies. Fuck off.
That's funny.
Today on Things Kevin's Gonna Bitch About.
Crystal Skull was stupid. They like what they did with his character for story-wise, but the movie was stupid.
So here's my light defense of Crystal Skull. The beginning fucking blows. It's the stupidest, most bonkers way to start a movie. Like, they didn't need to put him in a refrigerator in a nuclear test. That's fucking stupid. And the ending with the aliens, bullshit. But the middle is solid and good classic indie, man. I dig it. And him and Marion, once again, verbally jousting, love it. It's very, like, anytime that Karen, God damn it, her last name. The woman who plays Marion Ravenwood, Karen something.
Lois.
No.
Killing.
No.
French.
She played Lois on
Johnson.
Superman.
Frenilda.
Fernilda, that's the one. Anyways, anytime they're on screen together, it's electric. It's beautiful. The chemistry they had 30 years before that.
Allen.
Karen Allen. Yes, you're right. That didn't help because I still couldn't think of her last name. But, like, yes, she was Lois. I remember that.
And then I just remember she had that really weird not weird cameo, but she had that really adorable cameo in the movie Maverick. Not the airplane movie, the movie with
The cowboy one? Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Karen Allen and Harrison Ford's chemistry in the movie is phenomenal. It's perfect. It's like they never missed a beat from the first film to Crystal Skull, and their entire scenes together are great. Shia doesn't suck in that movie, in my opinion, but
I've never thought he's been terrible as an actor.
just as a person.
Just as a person.
Yeah.
And then there was that movie where I had to see his penis. And then I had to see his penis go into somebody's mouth. And I'm like, well, I'm done.
Yeah.
No mas, por favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically 2 movies because there's 2 parts to that movie.
I never saw the second one. Was his wiener in that one too?
Oh, yeah.
Was his wiener going to a mouth in that one too?
And more.
Oh, man.
Are we talking about the same movie?
Nymphomaniac.
Yeah, and then there's Nymphomaniac 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you. I saw his wiener
Yeah.
go into someone's mouth, and I was done. And this is me.
fair enough.
A person will watch anyone have sex. If you had a sex tape, Nick, I would happily watch it. Rob, I'd watch it twice. That wasn't supposed to be a comparison. I was just trying to ramp it up.
Yep, I got it. I was not offended. I got where you're going.
And I read left to right. So. But no, I was like, I can't. No, he sucks.
Look, he wasn't bad in that. Like, the middle of Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull is good. The fucking beginning and end, the important parts, mind you, suck.
So Indiana Jones.
Yeah, there's going to be an Indiana Jones 5.
Toby, what's his face, is going to be in 5.
Tobey Maguire.
No, Jones? Is that his
Toby
last name?
Jones?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sure he'll be playing a Nazi because that's what
yeah,
he
I was
does.
say, from like Doctor Who and Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just really good at.
Yeah.
He's really good at being a Nazi.
He just has Nazi face, I guess. Not something you want. Not a.
It's just It's the ones that don't have Nazi face. Those are the ones you got to worry about.
There's a lot of Star Wars news, but that's just because I think they had Celebration.
Yeah.
They did have Celebration, so there's a
Right.
ton of it. Andor.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just picking things, so
yeah,
sorry, man.
well, that's in trailers. I forgot to write that one down.
Oh, okay.
Even though I saw it on the list. I forgot to write it
Was
down.
the trailer?
There's just 2 other things. Was that Jon Watts' series with Jude Law got a name, which is called Skeleton Crew, which takes place the same time as Mando, around the same time as Mandalorian, and it focuses around these 4 kids who are lost in like the Star Wars universe. I'm assuming they find some sort of ship and Jude Law is probably their guide. I don't know.
Star Ranger Warrings.
He plays holographic Janeway.
Probably. And while it stars, the director, Jon Watts, is very clear about while it stars kids, it is not going to be a kid's show.
Which is why I was going the Stranger Things route and not the Prodigy route.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I don't know. Another Star Wars series to add to the list. And of course, there's another one. I think it will be animated, maybe?
The Tales of the Jedi?
Yes.
The one with baby Ahsoka? Yes.
Yes.
So this one is pre-Clone Wars. This one's actually post-Episode 1, or like right around the time of Episode 1. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's right around the time of Episode 1, because Ahsoka's a baby, and then she's 14 by the time she... Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere in
So
there.
does it follow her, or does it follow, like, different Jedi?
No idea. I've only seen the images of a Togruta introducing cute little baby Ahsoka.
Well, and I would I hope they talk about more Jedi, and we might talk about that later. There was a very interesting reference made in Obi-Wan recently. So,
like today recently or last week recently?
Last week.
Okay.
Because I forget, there's so many that dropped today. Fucking, I don't know what day they're on, so I just like, what day? Okay.
Fucking JD. JD is everyone's Trump supporting uncle.
So they, of course, him and Donald Faison do their Scrubs rewatch podcast.
Sure.
Donald Faison is a very well-known Star Wars fanatic.
Aficionado, yeah.
Yeah, aficionado. Loves the movies. Has been actively campaigning within like the world of Hollywood to be like, just I'll play a stormtrooper in the background. It's fine, guys. Let me smell the set.
Surprised he hasn't at least been invited to set.
So here's the thing, though. Zach Braff then went out for the part and auditioned, and he's known for a long, long time. This week's episode was the episode after you finally see Zach Braff's character, so they talked about it.
On the podcast, okay.
Yeah, on their podcast, and they all kind of talked about how Twitter blew up and went, Donald's gonna be pissed because Zach Braff got into Star Wars before he did, and he's like, no, man, I've known for like 6 months. Good for him. Hell yeah. I'm so proud of him right now. I'm so glad he got to do that. Now that he's in the Star Wars universe, it means he's got an in with Filoni and Favreau, and I can talk to them now.
Well, and he, he had that sweet Disney in with that girlfriend of his. If they're still dating, it's questionable. People have
I know.
People have been saying that they've broken up, but she gets very angry about it.
Yeah, I don't
because they consider him to be not in what her league should be, and she has been preaching there's no such thing as a league. Let people be happy as long as nobody's getting hurt.
I just want to emphasize how tame that comment is around what people have said. That is like the most polite thing that can be said about what the internet says about Zach Braff and Florence Pugh.
It's pretty terrible. I mean, he is a lot older than she is, and that is people's
but
concern.
that doesn't make it grooming.
They didn't meet until she was already an adult.
Seth MacFarlane has dated people, pretty much every girl that has been on his show that he's dated has been at least 10, 15 years younger than he is.
Wasn't he boffing somebody kind of cool for a while, and I felt bad?
For her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, his most recent girlfriend is the lieutenant that sits to the right of...
That's a couple years ago now.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that left.
Yeah.
No, not her.
But they apparently dated for a little while.
They did, yes.
They did. And
part
the
of the
reason she left is because,
somebody, that's what they said, that part of the reason she left is because it got weird and then whatever.
Yeah.
But on the new series, on the new season, the blondie, what's her, I can't think of her character's name, and I'm so... Anyway, she is Seth MacFarlane's girlfriend. They were dating. They were a thing. Whatever. It is what it is, but let them be happy. Who cares?
But yeah, no, like ultimately it's a thing of like, come on, that one's it's a stretch. Like there were round tables about it. I saw one on the internet. It was gross. Right. It was like actual reporters being like, "Is he grooming her? She was in one of his movies, and is she grooming her?"
No. People are dumb. They want to make stories. They want to make headlines. I was going to say, though, since we were talking about Star Wars stuff,
Hey, all you toxic Star Wars fans, go fuck yourself. Stop.
Stop watching. You clearly don't like it.
Right. Then there's nothing that in the Star Wars verse that'll make you happy. And if you want to do better, then go submit your writing versions to Hollywood and let them try to produce it. If not, shut your fucking mouth. I mean, you can have an opinion, but fuck you.
Boy, there's some vitriol in this room. Let me bring it down a second here. The Star Wars fans, politely, go sit on a molten hot poker, 10 foot long. Just go straight through you.
The toxic ones, specifically, yeah.
Star Wars fans, specifically Steven Spielberg, are you mad that they came up with a better version of batteries not included, or?
I love that movie as a kid. You're not.
Lola fucking rocks.
You're not.
I need one. I need like a little.
not wrong.
I need like a little app-controlled drone, and I've seen that they have like a little
Yeah,
toy that like
yeah,
lights up and does
yeah.
stuff. But I want like a little drone that I can control with a little app, and it'll be like, I'm Lola.
Star Wars fans, specifically the toxic ones. Why are you upset about them recasting Leia? Carrie Fisher is dead. How else do they do it?
Well, a lot of the complaints I've seen say that she's too young to play a 10-year-old Leia when she just turned 10. She's a little small for her age. Okay.
She's a little small to play Princess Leia.
Carrie Fisher
She's a little
Still
short,
for
a princess.
there it is. Oh, I couldn't find it. Thank you,
You're
Kevin.
welcome.
Carrie Fisher was not very tall.
Yeah, she was short.
Yeah,
She was short as
like,
shit.
She's like
Yeah.
5'1", 5'2".
Yeah, because Mark Hamill also not tall.
No.
They're
And
tiny
he
people.
towers
I think
over her.
I think in order it's like Leia, Luke, Han, Chewie. Shortest to tallest.
Well, technically, that's not true.
Yeah,
It's
5'1".
It goes Chewie, Han, Luke, Leia, R2.
5'1".
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And as far as looking young, do you remember Leia in the first Star Wars movie? That was a baby face.
Yeah.
And yes, and then she matured quite quickly in a few years.
Mm-hmm.
There were things she did that may have contributed to that.
If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, she was like 19 when
She was
filmed
19 when she filmed
Star
New
Wars,
Hope.
playing
Yep.
a 19-year-old.
Right.
See Hollywood, it can be done.
Right. And, somebody pointed out, I saw another meme that said, I'm really disgusted by this because this movie's, taken around the same place as the movie Solo. And they show the picture of the actor that plays Solo, and they put the picture of the girl. It's like, he's supposed to be like 20, she's 10, so 10 years later,
He was
20.
13, 14 years. Harrison Ford
Yeah,
was about
34
13,
when he made the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
He was quite a bit older than her.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Speaking of grooming,
So,
Again-
so if we're going to talk about grooming,
let's talk about Harrison Ford on the set of New Hope because, according to Carrie Fisher's book, ew.
I mean, she was 19. About the same age difference as
That's a good point.
Florence Pugh and Zach Braff.
No, that's a good point.
But Zach Braff, I love you, man. You're no Harrison Ford in the 1970s.
it's a true story.
Fair.
Pretty sure Mark Hamill thought about it.
About Harrison Ford?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure we're all on the same. It's Pride Month.
Exactly.
That's going to be a
So-
running joke for the next couple of weeks.
I just, if they're adults, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
This is why I'm in a strictly leftist Star Wars group, and it's my only Star Wars group now.
Nice. Appreciate you.
But yeah, those going after Moses Ingram. Eat shit and die.
Oh my god, I want to fucking kill you.
And the Star Trek universe, actor that plays Pike,
Anson Mount.
he and
I
other
saw
characters
his.
have just totally been like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? She's brilliant. She's amazing. Like, go, like,
Yeah.
politely saying, go fuck yourself.
When one of the ringleaders of the rival franchise has to come out and go, guys, and I mean fucking guys, knock it off. Like, you've done something wrong.
And I mean, even the cast in the new Star Trek isn't immune from it. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Sequoia Martin Green's been putting up with it for ages.
Yeah.
The new Nurse Chapel's been getting a lot of flack for
Yeah.
her character being so different. It's like Majel Barrett was famously not impressed with how timid and wishy-washy her character was.
Correct.
Majel Barrett would have been in love with this Nurse Chapel.
Majel Barrett played Loxana Troy as a purposeful and deliberate antithesis of Nurse Chapel.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I mean, Graham has said that he doesn't like a lot of the kind of modern day lingo. He liked when it was a little more formal, but he also gets it because we had a nice long talk about it. He and I have the same opinion of Ethan Peck as Spock.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Been well recorded on this episode, yeah. Or on
Well,
this,
on this
show.
podcast, yeah. He still has not won me over.
You can't. I don't think you can.
I think so far the best Spock I've seen is the girl playing T'Pring in the Freaky Friday episode.
Yeah.
Playing Spock in T'Pring's body.
Which was glorious.
If we could actually, if we could have made that like a semi-permanent switcheroo, I would have been very okay with that.
Sure.
Because she is a goddamn delight.
She is.
I'm now trying to think of all of the actors we just don't like for various myriad and sometimes
I have no problem with Ethan Peck. I've seen him in things I enjoy him in. He's not a good fit for Spock for me.
Okay.
But I have no qualms with him as a person.
Okay.
He's just not he's not a Spock to me. I
Agree.
Sure.
I miss Zachary Quinto. Now
That's fair.
people in Hollywood I like for what seems to be no reason. I'm looking at you, Tom Hanks.
I was going to say, like, we should make a list that we should keep in the office here. A hit list of, well, maybe not a hit list.
Don't get comfortable, Jennifer Aniston. Are you going to make that pursed lip face again in your next movie that you make in all of them? Ooh, what sweet acting jobs.
Fuck, man. That's rude.
Wow.
Okay, so the
I
list
don't disagree
currently-
with that at all.
I don't either, but still, did you have to come that hard?
Yeah.
I know what I said.
It's Pride Month. It's fine.
Are we still using phrasing?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right.
But our so our list now is Tom Hanks, John Lovitz, Josh Gad. Sorry, I'm so sorry, Josh Gad. And now slowly on the cutoff line right now, Jennifer Aniston. Yep. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Sorry, Nick. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. No. That was fine. That's perfectly fine. I was going to say, speaking of things that we hate, I saw that new Secret of Dumbledore movie
I did too because it was on
on HBO Max.
yeah.
Can I?
So I didn't have to like give her money.
I want to. You're right. I want to say this and see if you agree with me, Kevin. I feel after watching this movie, first of all, I hated it. Second of all, I feel like they took the first two movies, said, fuck that, and tried to rewrite them all in the third movie, and then just ignored everything that happened prior to it.
I mean, not completely. They certainly referenced the fact that Zoe Kravitz's character died. And,
Right.
I wouldn't say I hated it. It was just super boring.
It was very boring. The wizard fights at the end were pretty cool.
Were pretty cool.
The ability to break that very chilling curse on that necklace seemed very easier than it should have been.
Yep.
Okay.
They sure had a plot they had to tie up.
And the certain character who was
So sorry.
fading away, for lack of a better term, without spoiling anything. I don't care if people want it spoiled or not, but I'm going to try.
Fuck it. We don't need
Spoilers.
to pick spoilers.
Ezra Miller's character
from that turf.
Sure.
They're like making this big deal about his fading from existence, and then all of a sudden, we're just going to go home now. I'm like, wait, whoa, there's what? I thought he was about to. Okay, I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, well, I think they're going to make another one. It's
Oh,
not
fuck,
just
don't.
a trilogy because Grindelwald got away,
I know, which was stupid.
and I like Mads Mikkelsen as
That is the
Grindelwald
only
a lot
reason
more.
I've considered watching it.
'Cause he's
because
such
I
a good
love
boy.
Mads
He
Mikkelsen.
is, and he was amazing.
He should have been Grindelwald from the start.
Right.
believe that.
And I would have even accepted Colin Farrell being Grindelwald the entire time. Yes,
sure.
you totally forgot that he was Grindelwald in the first 7/8 of the first movie, didn't you?
Yep.
Did.
Because Johnny Depp's stupid face is all you can think of when you think of Grindelwald. Full offense to Johnny Depp.
Fair enough.
I'm not Team Amber.
He just wasn't good in the role.
Well, I have a lot of opinions about that. I feel like I've talked about them about how this has done nothing but hurt actual survivors, and because of the vitriol campaign that's been
That's fair.
spewed against Amber. While I don't agree with what she did, I don't like how
it's
social
been
media's
portrayed.
handled it.
Yeah.
And if you try and say anything about, we'll make sure you still believe female survivors. You get called, a white knight cuck. only saying this for attention. So this has not been a good thing. What you people are doing with all these Amber Heard memes, it's not. So
Yeah.
kind of stop it.
Yeah.
Trial's over. Stop it.
Yeah, it's almost as if here in the Twin Cities, we within our personal communities experienced a fucking situation very similar recently.
On a happier note, I saw Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah?
I heard it's incredibly good.
It
and
is-
not just from you.
It is
Everyone.
so fucking good. I don't
We're
care
gonna
if you
watch
hate.
this. We're gonna watch it this weekend.
I don't care if you hate. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say before you jump into it, like, I love you, man. You're an amazing human, but like when it comes to something military and a movie, your opinion to me just comes off biased most of the time. So I took your review online with a grain of salt, and then the rest of the world went, "No, it's fucking good." I'm like, well, I feel bad for judging Nick like that.
But that's the thing. He's extra critical of military
I
style
know.
movies. So you should take his opinion when he really enjoys something as, okay, this is something I should experience, not as a you're like Kevin when it comes to DC movies.
That's right, and I don't care what you say about the Black Adam trailer, sir.
I actually haven't watched it yet.
Oh, you haven't?
I haven't.
well,
I haven't had time. I was working all fucking day. I got home
man.
with just enough time to make myself the world's tiniest, shittiest TV frozen dinner, and then I came here. Top Gun Maverick, go.
Top Gun Maverick, go.
It's so fucking good. I don't care if you hate Tom Cruise. Go see this fucking movie. It
But I
is.
do hate Tom Cruise.
I'm not crazy about him either. But oh god, it is so good.
I hear
And-
Val Kilmer is especially heart-wrenching.
Oh, dude. What movie were we talking about where like somebody says thank you to somebody and you're like, you know that they're saying thank you for other reasons?
We touched base on that in Spooder Man.
Yes, like that. Like that. Thank you for all you did.
So does that have a moment like this?
Yes.
Oh God.
Him and Val. Oh my god, it's just like.
Spoilers.
Well, it's not. I'm not.
Val Kilmer was on the list. We knew he was going to be in the movie.
I thought maybe he was just the painting.
And what they do, like the storyline with Goose's son, is great.
I hear Miles Teller knocks it out of the fucking park.
Miles Teller
and you-
knocks it out of the park all the time.
And you look at him,
He's
you go,
so good. You're like, he should change his name to Mr. Fantastic
and
or
they
something.
so that you see him in the movie, right? But then they also flash back to like scenes from the original, and you're like, he looks like fucking Goose. Like they nailed that, and the fact that they used. I think what I liked the most about it is the fact that they're in real planes. Really,
Yes, two-seaters. And
Yeah.
like they had real pilots. And
Yeah.
they were in a back seat. It's very cool. So the worst pun that I just sort of slipped in there. Rob had to leave for a moment.
and somebody else's
Fuck
son
you,
is in
sir.
it. Bill Pullman's son is in it.
Oh,
He plays.
Oh.
he plays Bob. That's all you need to know.
Hang on. Actually, Bill Pullman's son, or like Bill Pullman's character's son from the first movie? I have not
No,
seen
Bill
Pullman,
Pullman's son.
Actual
his
son,
son.
okay.
He was not in the first movie.
I've
No.
never
They
seen
make-
Top Gun.
I will give the people who are confused about a certain character. Jennifer McConnelly's character is referenced in the first Top Gun. It's in the very beginning of the movie. So her character is mentioned. She's the Admiral's daughter. Because then she makes the reference to it about the other Admiral's daughter.
I thought she was playing the same part. They just recast her. So she's playing a girl that's referenced in Top Gun 1 and
Correct.
not
Seen.
okay.
She's not seen in Top Gun 1 at all.
Okay. Well, no, I didn't think she was, but I thought she was just a recast.
Right. And the quote-unquote beach scene is actually... You go, oh, God, they put the beach scene in because blah, blah, blah. But actually, there's a very good point to it. And John Hamm, give me more, please.
Just in general, because yes.
Absolutely.
Well, yes, just in general, but in this role, you're just like, holy fuck. Like, I don't know. Everything about this movie was great. The humor was awesome. There's action. There's, like, drama. Like, the story drives itself. It's a very good story. And there's some awesome kick-ass moments, and you're like, cool. And then there's another part you're like, oh, shut up. Shut the fuck up. No. Okay, I love it. Love it.
Does Meg Ryan show up?
No.
You know who I
No, she
completely
does not.
blacked out of my entire memory core?
Who's that?
Was in the first Top Gun.
Jeremy Ironside?
No, Meg Ryan.
Oh. Yes, she was. She makes an appearance because they use a scene from the original because he goes through some stuff. The only problem I had was like the beginning, because it starts very similar to the first one, and then all of a sudden they cut to something completely like not related, and you're like, okay. That was my only complaint. It is so good, and it's not one. While I would say in our proverbial rating scale, I would say go out and see this fucking movie. It's not one that you necessarily need to see in the movie. It's not like cinematography.
Cinematographical.
Yep, that's it. That's what I was looking for. Thank you very much.
I was going to make that more coherent gibberish, but then my mouth just kept moving. So.
It's not like a movie like Avatar where like seeing it on the big screen would be like, because it's made for cinematography.
I watched the second Avatar on VHS converted to my cell phone.
Right. That was a bad example, but you know what I mean? Like that scenic... Star Wars, big things, whatever. Shang-Chi. It's not a Shang-Chi where I wish I would have seen it in the theater because it looks like it would have been amazing.
I'm sad you didn't see it in the theater.
I am too. But Top Gun you could probably watch at home just fine and still enjoy it. Yeah. But I would say go see it in the theater. It is so good. They don't need to make a third. And what I had said was the Facebook reference that Rob was referring to was Top Gun Maverick proves that sequels can be better than the original. And I hold to that dearly. So, even if you hate it, go see it. Anyways, that's what I saw.
Going back to that movie real quick, when the chicklet or whatever it was called, the stupid baby deer thing, bowed in front of Dumbledore.
Oh.
I was like, he is not. He sucks. Do you meet him later? He's terrible. I was very infuriated by that. Anyway, continuing on.
I was too. I thought you were talking to me about Maverick, and I was like, the chicklet, what?
No,
okay, the Dumbledore one, yep. Yeah. It was dumb. And he's like, there's somebody better. Well, yep, there is. Probably a lot of people in that group.
Jules Daite is going to be in the new Quantum Leap show.
Really?
Kaylee from Firefly.
Awesome. I'm in.
She was mentioning it on her TikTok that she's in this show.
You glossed over a very important part, though.
What's that?
There's going to be a new Quantum Leap.
Oh, you don't know? There's going to be a new Quantum Leap, and it's, from what I understand, a continuation. They're gonna erase that terrible fucking final episode.
But Sam's coming back.
I believe so.
Oh,
and they're gonna.
I hope they don't erase it. Just like
the episode was fine, but I think they're gonna
erase that postscript.
By the way, you're canceled. This is all you get. Work with it. And they're like, all right, well, first of all, we need to spell his name wrong.
I said, is Dean Stockwell still alive?
No. He passed not long ago.
That's what I thought.
And I do not want to. This is a theory. I feel like Jewel will be playing his daughter.
Ooh, I could.
That's my assumption.
I like it. Yeah. Should we talk about trailers, or do we? I mean, there's a lot of trailers. I don't know if you want to talk about. I know there's definitely one that you want to talk about, Kevin.
Oh yeah, Ernie Hudson's going to be in it.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Or we can
How big of a cast are they doing? Because there should only be fucking 2.
Or we could breeze through the trailers and then talk about the beginnings of all these shows that are dropped recently.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
'Cause there's a lot of
new Andor trailer.
I'm intrigued.
Me
it
too.
Looks. When Saber and I watched it, she's like, the only thing that bugs me is I know what happens to him, and that just makes me sad.
Oh.
I just watched
that
that
makes
again.
me sad.
Oh,
So we're doing like a continuity watch through. We skip Solo because it doesn't quite tie. Just not because it's a bad movie. It's not great, but because it doesn't tie into the continuity of the main storyline.
Yeah.
So we're doing a watch through.
I
And
still like it.
I do too.
My only concern is that they took the first, black female character with a name in Star Wars and killed her.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Yeah. Danny Wade deserved better.
Agreed. Anyway, so we're doing a chronological watch through. So we did 1, 2, 3, and then I was like, okay, starting 4. Oh no, we're not starting 4. Rogue One. Here we go.
Yeah.
So we just watched that the other day. It's still so fucking good.
It's fine.
Rogue One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than Jyn Erso and Andor, I can't remember anyone's fucking name.
You know what though?
And that is a problem for me.
I see.
Any
what
other
you mean.
Star Wars project, they hammer the names of these people into you.
Yeah.
And that one, everyone got, oh, this is Jim Frankenstein.
K2. No, wait.
Yeah, K2. That's correct.
Yeah.
And yeah, unfortunately, I can't speak to that because I just watched it, so I do remember all their names.
Same thing with why I don't simp for Avatar. I know Jake Sully.
Sure.
End of list.
That's fair.
So Andor.
Andor looks real good.
Supposedly, there's a rumor that live-action Rebels characters will be in.
And then that's what I'm hearing as well.
Because there was a live-action droid from Rebels. I forget the droid's name.
Chopper.
Appeared on stage
Very
with
good
Kathleen
murder
Kennedy.
boy.
Yeah. So everybody's like, ooh.
Very good murder boy. Plus, at the very least, I think he's going to be in Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I think a number of people from Rebels are going to be in Ahsoka. Because, I mean, Sabine's already been cast, so...
So yeah, I'm very intrigued by Andor, and so far the most recent series that they have released is really fucking good. Prey, we got a full bit of an actual trailer.
Besides just the sneaky peek one?
Yes,
I don't think I've seen it yet.
that's okay. You're missing. It's pretty much like the sneaky peeky one, but there's some talking. And
Sneaky peeky with talking.
right, because they're like, why? I don't know. She's like, I think I can kill him.
Why is he here? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me either.
I think I can kill him. Yes, that's pretty much it. That's what the talky parts are. So I'm still not impressed
Bleeds,
by
we
it.
can kill it.
I mean, I'm sure I'll fucking watch it, but I don't.
I'm going to watch it too, but, they better have a good goddamn excuse.
I didn't. Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead!
Hang on, just real quick before we move on from Prey. There's a cool thing about it that there's going to be a Comanche language track
Cool.
version of the film.
That is cool.
That is
I'm
really
gonna,
cool.
I'm gonna watch that version.
Same.
I'm gonna need to watch it with subtitles because I don't know Comanche. But
Obviously.
Well, yeah, but like I feel like that'll get me to watch a Predator film.
one with Thomas Jane's pretty good.
Yeah,
Still haven't
so
seen
you've
it.
said.
It's
Anyways, I apologize.
Oh, correct.
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead. I'm going to watch it. I'm excited.
I am not.
I like that they haven't updated a single thing about it. They're in the same shirts. The animation still sucks. I will say, I was like, are they really doing this? Until I got to one part, and I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch, Mike Judge, you reeled me right in. And that was the future alien Beavis and Butthead, where Beavis said, yeah, topical reference of the time. And I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm in. Satirical reference of the time. And I'm like, oh, god damn it, I'm in.
Yeah.
yeah.
You mean because it's a joke you would have made?
Exactly.
I was back and forth with Beavis and Butthead, so I'm not.
Some of the it's among the few fond memories I have of spending time with my dad and my brother and myself.
Fair enough.
We would watch either Ren and Stimpy or Beavis and Butthead.
Ren and Stimpy.
He was a good dad.
Before we get to the other one that I know you're going to want to talk about, Willow came out.
Yeah,
That looks so good.
it looks so good.
And apparently Val Kilmer is going to have an appearance or something.
Or
there's some
I don't
function.
think we even got a whisper of him in the trailer, but
They said, I think what they are going to do, from what I might have heard, was they're going to get his son to be the stand-in
oh sure,
and the voice.
Sure.
Because he sounds just fucking like his father.
yeah, from that documentary thing.
Yeah. So they're going to do that, I think.
Which is they're going to Egon it, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't want him to have a major part, but I don't know. There's got to be. He's part of the major story, so it has to be mentioned at least.
Yeah.
So it looks good. It looks like
Warwick Davis, he's earned this.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
is his time to shine.
Absolutely. And the cast is phenomenal. The one girl from Star Wars whose name I can't remember, and I'm horrible. She's also in Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Not Winter Falcon and the Winter Soldier. She was the big bad in that one.
The girl played Infus Ness
Yes.
in Solo.
Yes.
See, I can even remember her name because they said it 15 times.
Kevin, you had some opinions about a new trailer for a new show that came out, Gotham Knights. So, Bevis and Butthead. This is the exact opposite reaction to
It
Beavis
sure
and Butthead.
is.
As we discussed earlier, I don't mind when shows like to update things and make it modern or
Change like what people what characters are like, as long as they're still like who they are at their core.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about how NPR Kevin's voice got about this. Super serious, you guys.
So, like, take Nurse Chapel for example. She's definitely more confident. She's a little bit of owning her sleutness, and I'm totally living for it. But she's still like I will do anything possible to help somebody in need. That is a
Cornerstone of
thank
Nurse
you. That was
Chapel's character.
thank you so much. A cornerstone of who Nurse Chapel is. Thank you. It's so this fucking Gotham Knights show. So I'm like, oh, they're doing a Gotham Knights show and a fucking video game. Let's watch this trailer. I'm all fucking for it. Let's do this. I don't know what the CW got in its craw, but this show. So we have Misha Collins as the hottest Harvey Dent that's ever existed, and he seems to be a cop, not a defense attorney, not a public defender, not
Fucking confusing.
Maybe it's a cop before it became a public
So, because at first I thought they were doing like hot. When they said all they said was Harvey, I'm like, oh, they made Harvey Bullock hot. Oh, sure, okay, whatever. And they're like, did you know that your dad was Batman? I'm like, oh, they're doing Damian and the death of Batman. Okay, and they're like, did you know this Turner Hayes or something like that?
Yeah.
I'm like, who? And I was like, okay, so maybe this is something like from the post New 52 continuity, a character that they're bringing in and changing who he is. I looked him up. He doesn't exist. He's made for the show. I'm like, okay, so I'm not crazy. This person doesn't exist. So they're doing like this love thing with him and Duella Dent, which, fine. That is an interesting concept that probably would have worked better with Damian anyway, but whatever. It's nonsense. They have these sort of D-list people who are sort of attached to Batman in a way, and they are the Gotham Knights. They're the Barbara, the Dick, the Tim, the Jason.
It's because they used all the good ones in Arrow.
And I understand or Titans
Or
And
Titans,
but
yeah.
I mean Jason outside of the Titans continuity, like for the Arrowverse, Jason was available. As far as I know, they haven't actually done much with a lot of the characters in the Arrowverse that are closely related to Batman. Mm-hmm. I know they wanted to stay away from like the Titans, because they have Barbara, Jason, Dick, and Damian there, but they still could have got Carrie
Kelly?
Cassandra Cain.
Oh, Cassandra Cain.
Who was in Birds of Prey. Mm-hmm. So they could have gotten her. They got, I believe, Stephanie Brown, who is a fascinating choice. They're making choices, and it looks like it's going to have absolutely nothing to do with anything remotely DC. It's strictly a Riverdale teen drama. Mm-hmm. But if you're gonna basically make another Riverdale, you gotta put that redhead in it, 'cause she sells it.
Fair enough.
God, she would have been a great Barbara Gordon.
Yeah. Oh,
You're welcome, Earth. This show looks like it sucks, and I hate it. And I'm gonna watch the first episode. I'm gonna give it.
Can I make it worse for you?
Yes,
I think they're gonna Benedict Cumberbatch the main character.
maybe.
I think Taylor Hunter Braden, whatever his fucking name is Damien.
And this is all like a big red herring kind of a thing.
Yeah. I think it's some like he's gonna do the Joseph Gordon-Levitt thing of my middle name's Damien.
First of all, you loved the Joseph Gordon-Levitt, my real name is Robin thing. You loved it. I remember your face.
But I'm biased.
Of course you are. But I remember your face. But this, who is Batman then? Is he Bruce Wayne? Did he just adopt? Is this just another adoption case and not actually his son? And this is just a new Robin? Question mark. Because, I mean, if they're going to go that route, they might as well have done somebody like who hasn't had a live action stint and would have been a far enough crowbar away, but still a Robin, and that would have been the Dark.
Drake?
No, I was going to say the Dark Knight Rises Robin.
Oh,
Sorry, not Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight Returns,
Stephanie Brown.
and not make her the new iteration of Stephanie Brown that's in the current comics.
But like the 1980 whatever.
Yes, the Robb and Stephanie Brown, like the future kind of one, and not like the cute blonde,
Sure.
girly girl Stephanie Brown, who I'm still forgetting her. I forget her character's name all the time. It is a very real concern. I keep wanting to say it's Whisper, but it's not Whisper. Spoiler.
Spoilers or
Yep.
is a stupid hero name.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's her hero name?
Yeah, like when they start a fight, she just busts in and she's like, "Snape killed Dumbledore!"
I love it.
And Penguin's just like, "Ah, damn it, I hadn't got to that part yet. You bitch! I'm gonna punch you in the face."
Then his penguins start eating him.
Why? Because he's fat.
So, but like I found
Watching Rob struggle with that was amazing. That was my favorite thing ever.
Okay, so it was like I could clearly see the fat joke trap that Kevin had laid.
Because that's what I got all the time when I was a kid. Like, if I was going to fight something, you're like, well, what are you going to do? Eat me? Sit on me?
Oh, awful.
Yes.
Make me smell your farts?
Ew.
Kids aren't clever.
Kids
No.
aren't clever
But
or
so-
nice.
so-
But I see what you mean. But then, like, my actual human knowledge of the fact that I've seen nature documentaries where penguins will swarm the carcass of a whale.
I know where you were going with that. I know exactly what you meant.
So, like, that was what was happening on my face. Was like, oh, that's not. Well, wait a minute. I can't say that either, though. But fuck, yeah.
Oh, why is my fan on? Oh, there we go. It's so warm.
Yeah, so...
It looks bad, and I'm mad at it.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
I've calmed down a bit because I've had enough of a crowbar separation because I haven't watched the trailer. I couldn't even finish the trailer.
Yeah.
If we're being perfectly honest.
I
I
watched
don't think
it,
I did either.
and we all know my limited knowledge of DC, especially Gotham Knights. I watched them like, what am I watching? I don't even... this... What? Okay.
We know how I feel about DC products, so me saying I think it sucks doesn't add a whole lot of weight.
Superman and Lois is pretty good.
I believe you. Haven't
Wish
watched
they'd
it.
sack up and make Jonathan Kent buy, but we'll get there.
Get there eventually. So for the last section, if we just talk about our first opinions of, or our opinions of the first kind of tastes of the new shows that have dropped.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to start with the easy one. Orville.
Oh, haven't watched it yet.
Haven't watched it yet.
It's...
I hear it's very tricky.
It is, but it's also very... Powerful is not a good word. It's very poignant.
Oh.
And they changed it to New Horizons. The Orville New Horizons or New...
Sure.
Because it changed networks. And
That's what I
they
figured.
wanted a little...
But they sure do have that Hulu money now, and you can tell it in the graphics, you can tell it in their uniforms, everything, and you're like, dig it.
It wasn't just Seth MacFarlane funding his own vanity project anymore.
No, but it's still carrying that same glorious thing, and it is still kind of a parody. You know, it's still carrying on as it did before, but this first episode, they came out right to the feels.
I do want to be clear to the audience. I actually love the first two seasons of Orville. They're great. Seth MacFarlane did a great job. But let's be clear. It's his fucking vanity project. It can still be good and his vanity project.
Well, he loves Star Trek, so he wanted to... And that's why I don't like calling it a parody at all.
Because
I don't think at any point it takes the piss out of Star Trek. It is at worst a loving homage, and at best a great sci-fi show to watch that has a lot of similar themes.
Right.
But the reason why I haven't started yet is because I want to watch seasons 1 and 2 again since it's been 7.5 years.
Yeah.
Well, it takes place, I would assume, shortly after the war.
You know, the Doctor's kids, I'm sure, are mysteriously adults now.
The one
going to college. And
the one looks, but the youngest one looks exactly the same.
The other one is shopping AARP plans. And
Yep.
But I'll tell you what the storyline is. It's how Isaac deals with being reiterated into the crew and being a Kazon. No, what the fuck are they called?
Cylon?
No, they're not Cylon. That's
Cyberman.
Whatever the robots are that they just had the war with, and now he's back as being a member of the crew.
Were they Krylons?
That sounds maybe no.
I don't think
Anyways,
that's-
Dorkons.
regardless, it you can imagine the storyline that could unfold with that, and
Cool.
it's good. It's really good.
All right.
Kalon, thank you.
Kalon, okay.
So yeah, so there's that. Are we still enjoying Strange New Worlds? I am.
So very much.
Still haven't started that either, but that's because we've been doing. We'll get to the next one, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
What the fuck else? So many things.
Stranger Things came out.
Stranger Things we talked about.
Did we?
We talked about last episode.
We didn't talk about that it came out.
Did we?
No.
Oh, sorry.
It's come out since
Okay.
our last episode.
All right. I haven't watched it. I haven't started watching it yet.
Same. But apparently Kate Bush makes a huge appearance in this show.
Yes, she does, and because of that, she hit number 8 on the UK top 100.
I heard it was number 1.
I think it only got up to number 8.
Oh, really?
But it was top 10.
Yeah.
So she's been enjoying
A nice little resurgence. And
Yeah.
good for her. I love her music. I've loved it for a very long time. And just like the fact that now, admittedly, I got into Kate Bush from the last time someone covered Running Up That Hill. And I went back and found the original. I was like, oh, shit. And so I got into Kate Bush from that. So it hasn't been very many years. But like, I dig on Kate Bush a lot. And I'm so glad that she's getting a little bit of spotlight right now. And I'm so glad she's so excited about it, and I cannot wait for her to start doing interesting things again.
Amusingly, speaking of Grindelwald, the I don't want to say first actor to play Grindelwald, but the first actor of note to play Grindelwald.
Colin Farrell?
No. The kid from Sweeney Todd,
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah, that kid.
who played young Grindelwald.
Yep.
He
Briefly in the
plays
window.
like this creepy, like orderly at the place where Eleven came from initially.
Oh, okay.
Like the
At the facility?
At the facility, yeah. And he's very good and just the right amount of wholesome and kind of gross.
Cool. Also, the Eddie Van Halen Slash mashup guy, he looks delightful, and I'm ready to enjoy.
He is delightful, and people are thirsting for him real bad.
That's weird, but okay.
Well, he's a shockingly good boy in this series.
And I believe that, like, so I don't have his personality to play off. I just have the fact that I think he looks like a mashup between Slash and Eddie Van Halen.
Really? Because he dresses exactly like you are today. Just FYI. Just so you know.
Hurtful. I meant his face, but sure, I get it.
What else has come out recently?
A little show called Obi-Wan Kenobi.
There's that one, but isn't there another one? where
Ooby
there's a-
Doop, Scooby Doo.
Isn't there another? Before we get to that, I thought there was another one that came out recently. It started. You got to go through the different things. Netflix have another.
I've watched so many fucking things, and like I even had like a list on my phone of
I should have wrote
things
these down,
of things
too.
to watch, and like as we've been watching them, I've been getting rid of them. So I'm
Because Hulu has Orville.
Yeah.
Disney Plus has.
Ooby Dooby Banooby.
Yep, and then
And
Paramount.
Miss Marvel, but that just came out today as we're recording. So.
I'll be watching that tomorrow.
And then Paramount Plus has got Strange New Worlds. Netflix doesn't have anything. I don't think they don't have any.
Stranger Things.
Stranger
Stranger
Things. Oh,
Things.
sorry, Stranger Things. Yep.
Hulu.
Has Orville.
Yeah.
And
HBO Max. I don't know if it had anything like new.
I keep being told
the
to watch
Time Traveler's
Euphoria.
Wife just started.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's pretty good so far.
Is it better than the fucking movie?
Is that
Yeah.
the one with Jon Snow's wife in it?
Yes.
Yes.
Who Rose Leslie is, I believe. Her
Yes.
name? God, she's beautiful.
She is.
beautiful. That's true.
And she's fantastic in the show.
Great. I love her accent too. Is she American or is she English?
She's American.
I mean, good for her.
She
But
does it
I love her.
Impeccable.
I love like her English accent. I love just. She could.
And then the new season of Hacks also dropped
Yeah.
and just finished. Great show. It felt a bit like a finale, so I don't know if maybe they were not sure if they were going to renew or not.
Right.
We did get around to watching. I don't think we finished it, but we watched most of the new season of Love, Death, and Robots. There were a couple that I wasn't sure if you were making the aside to the spider, beyond the Andorian gate or whatever the spider one was.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was the one where it was like space but not space with the little drones that ended up going crazy. Was it that one?
For what? Yeah, maybe.
There was one that you thought I was going to like on the level of the spider one.
No, it was not that one. You might not have seen it yet. Have you seen the tiny the
little teeny tiny
yes,
apocalypse?
That's the one.
So good.
That's the one.
That was so good.
That was the one that I was thinking of. I'm like, Kevin's gonna love this just as much. It was God.
The reason why I thought it might have been the other one is because it had kind of those similar vibes as that one. But as far as quality goes, oh my God, I might watch it again.
So good. And it's so short, but it's so good.
It's delicious.
So maybe we got them all. But Ooby Dooby Canooby, should we?
Yeah, Ooby Dooby Scooby Doo Banooby. Holy shit!
Yeah, I think was it you that made the comment on Facebook about how because obviously the recap is of the prequels.
Yeah, so it starts with a recap of the prequels where they make it look so good.
Yes,
I want to watch those movies. That looks kick ass.
Yeah.
And so somebody at work made a similar comment, and I said, "Yeah, but you can make a highlight reel of the Timberwolves and make them look like an amazing fucking team.
I mean,
Or the Twins,
lies.
or the Vikings
the Twins are actually doing really well this year.
But
in years past, and there's still plenty of season to go. They can fuck it up.
exactly. But that's my that was the point I said to them, was that you can make a highlight reel and make anybody look good. But yes, they did make them look absolutely way better than they absolutely are. And this is coming from a guy who likes them. Yes.
I recently watched through them again because we started watching Kenobi, and boy, I hope Hayden Christensen's better in this.
So hard. Have you seen the interview with Ewan McGregor when he's talking? It was a recent interview when he's talking about the end of episode 3, because he's on a British TV show and they're talking about. In this series he gets to act with people, and he's like, I love it. There's people on set. He goes, because as I was making the original 3, we started out with a lot of people on set, and as we got to the end, there was like nobody on set. It was fucking green, and that was it. And he goes, in that very last scene, he goes, literally, I walked on the soundstage. It was me, Uncle Ben, Aunt Peru, me with a fake baby. It was all green, and there's a box sitting there. And he's like, what's the box? They're like, well, that's what you're writing on. Okay, so he's like sitting on the box, like doing this, like riding a horse thing. He's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, where I'm looking, whatever. And he's like, and then he does like the whoa, and he gets off, and he's like, hands baby, whatever, does the lines and does whatever. And then George is like off camera going, look at the moon. He goes, where the fuck is the moon? What moon? Where? I don't know where it is, because they don't tell him. They don't have a reference point. Mm-hmm. And he's like, and then I have to get back on this box. I forgot which way the fucking animal was facing when I got off it, so I just got back on it and kind of looked over my shoulder, and that was that.
Yep.
So anyways, it's very good. He does it, obviously the interview is way better, but
Right.
Still, those movies are proof that you should try not to go back to the well too often.
I still like it.
Or if you're gonna get somebody else to go to the well for you.
Yeah. Loosen the reins, hand them off to somebody else, whatever.
But fast forward through the parts that are stupid.
The fact that George Lucas wrote and directed 2 of those films was an absolute crime.
So they recap the first 3 movies.
Yeah.
and then they get right back into it.
And then the story goes somewhere completely different than anybody thought it was going to.
It sure did.
Not a single human on Earth thought this was going to be the Leia show, but here we are.
Here we are.
And I love it. Fuck Luke. We've had plenty of that little asshole.
Yeah.
I agree. I fully agree. I'm so delighted.
We get to see Alderaan.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And more than just, the one scenic view that we got for, 4.5 seconds in episode 3.
Yeah.
I would like to see a nerf.
Hurt her?
I don't
just
care
a nerf.
about. I don't care about the people hurting it. I want to see the nerf.
Yeah.
No.
And see
Nick?
if it's accurate to how they look in the Star Wars The Old Republic RPG.
Something
Because they look.
And there better be just a whole herd of nerfs. It's nerf or nothing.
I'm just saying they probably look very spongy.
Well, no. So in the game, it's
All
good.
right, I'll
It's
give
good.
you that one.
In the game,
Yours was
they
better
look
than mine,
like
and I'm upset.
like sort of the mix between like a ram and a very small bantha.
Okay.
What was he riding in episode 2? Was not a Nerf?
No,
No.
because that was an Alderaan. That was Naboo.
I know. Yeah, so that's the Leia show.
It's the Leia show.
It is the Leia show.
And that little girl, fuck.
She good.
80 pounds of sass in a 60-pound bag.
Was it, I think it might have been her daughter,
Billy
Lord, thank you, that said that, I think my mom would have approved of this.
Oh,
actress.
she would have loved this little girl.
She would have shown up on set and been like, good.
Here's
Good.
the mistakes I made.
She
Don't
doesn't
make
have a
the
chocolate
same
milk.
one.
Somebody fucking fix this.
Right. Like quietly over in the corner, she's telling her, okay, so here's how you deal with the press. Look at your hand.
Yeah.
Okay, take away your thumb, your pointer, your pinky, and your ring finger. What do you got? My middle finger? That's
What
right.
you have is the answer to any stupid questions you get.
Yeah. I feel like Carrie Fisher would have fallen in love with this little girl and gone, I will protect her with my life.
Yeah, she's great.
No, she's amazing. She's very good, and I'm here for it.
And you get some real feels from this show with like when he gets on the truck with the hand painted
with the Blue Lives Matter flag on the back.
Yeah.
The "Don't tread on me."
The anxiety I felt
It was
in
rough.
that scene, and then the next really anxiety-filled scene. Guys, and it was Zach Braff voicing Uncle Maga, and I was so upset.
Because he's one of the goodest boys.
I know. He's such a wonderful, friendly human being in real life, and then he goes off and plays Uncle 3%, and fuck, man, hate it.
Oh, that
Love it, but-
stormtrooper that hit the beam field. Okay.
Poor bastard.
Why did they go through all the trouble of deactivating that beam field when they could have, I know it was by a rocky slope, but they still could have just, stepped up and around it?
Maybe, but
Yeah, exactly.
There was room, especially for Leia.
My favorite has been the try to find, and I don't know the actor's name, but try to find the Boba Fett's. He's been in there twice.
oh yeah, you mean
The actor that played Boba
Tamura
Fett.
Morrison,
Yes. Well, I don't want one of them's very office when he's holding that sign that says vets, can you help out a vet.
where he's playing the homeless vet, essentially.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then there's one on Tatooine when Obi-Wan gets into the truck and he's sitting if he's sitting down,
It was
few to his
not
right.
Tatooine.
yeah, when he's working the
Oh, I thought you were about to talk about when he gets into the truck with Uncle 3.
No,
the train. You mean the train?
The train thing. Yeah, sorry,
With
the train.
the beef Jenga pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one sitting there with him.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You blink and you'll miss it, but there.
Yeah, but there's
Shit, I gotta go back.
there's 40 million fucking clones of Jango
Right.
Fett out there, so yeah, it makes
But
perfect sense.
It
to me that
also
he's-
drives the point that what happened to all these clones?
They got Order 67. Because it's all stormtroopers now, and they decided to go with the Russian child soldier thing. So
And
I believe they got pushed into an incinerator.
Yep.
yeah.
And I do like how they still have female stormtroopers. They're still incorporating female stormtroopers, which I really enjoy. And then here's a question for you guys. So he works at a, lack of a better term, a processing plant for
a
meat.
crate
meat
scrapper
factory,
or
yeah.
something like that.
Right. So they all leave and just leave that meat and stuff on the table in the desert. and nobody else is there, or maybe somebody is.
I'm
We don't
sure they
see
leave
him.
guards.
But I mean, like they just leave the meat out on a table in the desert. They don't
Yeah,
put it
I
in a
don't-
refrigerator. They don't.
I'm also confused as to how they
It's
don't.
an alien creature, so I'm not gonna put its decomposition standards to, especially a
just
creature
thinking-
that lives in the desert.
I was just thinking health standards.
I'm sure before they cut up all this meat, there was some kind of like a salt mist curing that they put over it.
Oh, sure.
Right,
that
but
makes
like
sense.
if the wind picks up, the dust is going to get all over the.
Well, I mean, they were
grainy.
The shields.
Yeah,
Ray
they
shields.
Ray
have
shield,
ray
okay,
shields.
ray
they
shield.
put a Jar Jar Binks shield over it.
I genuinely had fear for Obi-Wan every time he chunked off a
Oh, totally.
chunk of meat for his.
He's gonna get caught.
Yeah, I was like, he's
for
gonna
his-
get caught and
for camel toe. Is what I'm gonna name his little
yeah,
beast.
that's fair.
We get to see Obi-Wan's home too.
Not what I was expecting.
Me neither.
Mostly because of Star Wars Shadows of the Empire, where
Yes.
he lives in like a little hovel kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's just a cave.
Now it's just a cave.
Maybe he moves in.
Rat-ass
Maybe
Jawas would come in and sell him his own stolen
maybe
shit.
he upgrades. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Certainly could.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I swear he even had like a little house type of thing in Rebels.
I think he did.
And so he must be there, and then after that, maybe he'll get a little home and
Maybe.
hopefully still get her groove back, because he took down Maul with not even giving a shit, and he is out of practice.
Yeah.
he's a scared boy, and sweet Jesus, did we see him go through the ringer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He fell into a burning ring of fire.
That one I didn't
Sure
understand. I'm like, when? Why? That? Okay. All right.
Well, and I like the theme here. It's very to reference a different franchise. It's very Logan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's very Logan.
very Logan. And as
You've
far
got a broken Obi-Wan who just is not connected to the. He's like Luke in Last Jedi, where he's just not connected anymore. He's
He
pretty
can't
much
be. He's hiding.
He's hiding, and but on top of that, he's broken, and he's just
Right.
completely done with.
He is
He's a shell of a human who's just trying to get through.
he's a
But
case of the sads.
yeah,
Yeah.
But I'm glad that Luke eventually did get that T-16 Skyhopper toy.
Yeah, me too.
yeah, he did.
And he can speak Jawa. That was funny.
He understands it.
The part that I was talking about was which is a theory that I always thought, which was that obviously there are Jedi still out there that escaped the Order 66, and because he said Quinlan was here, which
Yeah.
is a reference to Quinlan Voss.
Yep. Well,
Which
they
I'm
specifically said Quinlan
Yeah.
Voss, I believe.
Yeah.
He said Quinlan. I thought
I
he just
swear
said
he said Quinlan Voss.
Maybe
Maybe,
he
says-
did.
he
Maybe-
says
maybe
Quinlan Voss.
my brain just was like, yeah, Quinlan Voss. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
just heard Quinlan. I got excited. So maybe that's all I
Saber
needed.
and I too were like, because
I did not get that
then
excited. So I
hopefully
heard
that
whole
means
name.
they'll bring in Ventress.
Yes. Hopefully we get to see a Quinlan. That would be fucking awesome. Because
I would love to see a live action Quinlan Voss for the first time, and I would love to see a live action Ventress, and I hope they stick with the fact that they get nasty. Because
Right.
they brought her, I think they brought her lightsaber into Disney now.
Yes.
Like her Jedi lightsaber.
Ventress?
Her yellow one, yep.
Really? Mm-hmm. So I'm also assuming that because I don't know all of the backstory, although I did post a little thing on our Facebook about like Inquisitors. If you don't know who the Inquisitors are, because Rob doesn't like to do research.
That's not true.
Let me rephrase. I tried to make it easier so you didn't have to do the research.
That's very sweet of you, if slightly condescending.
I wasn't trying to be.
No, I'm kidding. I was kidding.
It was based on what you said before.
Right.
It wasn't just for you; it was for everybody else. Like, if you don't know who these people are, here's a little backstory.
No, that's fair. And yes, all of this comes down to the fact that I, at this point, am staunchly refusing to watch the animated shows.
That's fine.
That's on me.
Are the Inquisitors former Temple guards?
No. Just the Grand Inquisitor.
Okay, so they just I clearly former Jedi, or
Former Jedi
Yeah.
that were spared of Order 66.
Yeah.
or just turned quickly.
Yeah, I was going to say, I assume Reva is from the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
One of the kids running away in the temple. I assume she's one of those kids,
Yeah.
though they didn't
So
feel like
gets-
they pointed her out very well.
All got slaughtered. And then the thing that happens to a certain somebody that seemed rather odd that they died that quickly.
The Grand Inquisitor?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a choice. And I'm pretty sure...
he's still alive.
Yeah, he's A, either still alive, B, that wasn't like the Grand Inquisitor. It was a Grand Inquisitor.
Right.
Because wasn't he in Rebels?
That's what I'm like. He doesn't die there. That's not his storyline.
Yeah, he's either not dead or they're bringing in an Inquisitor.
I think they're just gonna throw him in a box tank because if what's his nuts can survive
being chopped in half.
Him. Also, what's his nuts? Timothy Oliphant can get shot in the chest and then be put in a Bacta tank and still alive.
Yeah.
You're stabbed in the chest with a lightsaber. Your wound is cauterized. Throw him in a Bacta tank. He'll be fine. Maybe do something else to him to keep him alive. But
I mean, I feel like we're missing the really obvious one where, Obi-Wan turned Anakin into Charbroil.
oh, there's
And then Anakin turned Obi-Wan into Charbroil.
Sure did.
That was the Revenge of the Sith.
which shit. I'm wondering if they did that because of the complaint that this is in 10 years he's got to look like Alec Guinness. So I'm wondering. No, hear me out here for a second. So I'm wondering if part of that was it's gonna not singe his hair up and take it off, but then it grows back grayer.
It was just his shoulder and upper arm.
I know,
for the most
but
part.
I was just thinking.
And
I like that.
It's not like you ever see Alec Guinness's bare arms in that movie. So they're like, we can do whatever I want to him.
Flamboyant. But clearly he must between what just happened and what we just saw, which was fucking amazing, by the way. And supposedly somebody said that voice of Darth Vader was deep faked. I'm like, no, it was not.
James Earl Jones.
They're eventually going to have to, but James came back for it.
Yes. Yes.
He
I'm aware of that.
To, and God bless him for it.
Thank God. But that scene was it was so good. And then
we are bearing the lead on the best character of the series so far, and that is Kumail Nanjiani as the shitty con man Jedi.
As the that's snake oil salesman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was going to use
who was like still helping people, but like
shittily
being a horrible person about it by collecting money that they don't
with his
have.
remotes and magnets and what have you.
Right.
It was delicious watching him go tete-a-tete with Obi-Wan. Ooh, a Jedi. Tell me more.
So Ewan McGregor played that scene perfectly too.
Yeah.
Like he just like the whole he played it just enough so that you're like, he's playing this correctly. But like the whole audience is just like, he's gonna fuck that dude.
Yeah. Also, apparently Obi-Wan.
I'd watch that.
Who wouldn't?
Yes, we know you'd watch any sex tape. Me twice apparently.
But come on, Ewan McGregor and Kumail Nanjiani. You wouldn't watch that?
I would watch that thrice.
You're goddamn right.
Nice word.
It's Pride Month.
I know. Best threesome ever. Boo. I know. I'm sorry. Fruit from the fallen tree.
Don't apologize for your jokes.
No.
Just let it be. Anyone continue.
What was I going to say? Fuck, I lost it.
Well, this has been best threesome ever.
The lady that helps him, she was from Game of Thrones. She was, what's her name's wife.
Oh, Indira Varma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I know her from a different show, but...
And apparently that was Kevin Smith as the big non-talking mover droid thing.
Was it?
Supposedly.
Supposedly. Yeah. I hadn't seen that rumor either, but...
Because it was on the same one with Zach Braff being the voice of...
So Kevin Smith played a silent droid?
Was his call sign 80B?
Probably.
I'm actually looking it up as we speak.
I know you are. I knew you would be.
Like I said, it was just something I seen. I see a lot of stuff on the internet. Doesn't mean it's always true, but I've seen it a few times.
I hope it's
from credible sources.
S8OB. That would be good.
Or just 420. So yeah, they're still killing Jedi. They're still out there hunting them.
Yeah, I mean it's 10 years after, so I understand. And the way they put it, it's very slim pickings at this point.
Well, because Darth Vader slaughtered most of them in the temple and then went out shortly thereafter and continued to do the same thing. Yes, Kevin?
So his name was Ned B., but I am showing the performance artist as Dustin Sighthammer. Sighthammer?
Okay, maybe not. All right. That's fine.
Definitely.
Like I said, you see it on the internet a few times from credible-ish sources. So, because it was also posted with Zach Braff's like, hey, behind the scenes.
See, that's how they get you.
I know.
Because it's pretty well known at this point that Zach Braff was...
I know. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. We've
he was
all
in,
fallen into that trap.
He was in Rise of Skywalker.
Kevin Smith. Mm-hmm. Weird.
Oh, that I knew.
I did not. Is he a background character like Lin-Manuel Miranda was?
He's a
No, he's like a bundled up cyborg
Yep.
on Kajimi.
No. Mm-hmm. Okay. I have to rewatch that. Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's very
good. It's good, and I'm excited.
Excited to watch the next episode tomorrow.
Boy, I really hope. We still haven't really gotten a full shot of Hayden Christensen yet.
We
got like a soupçon.
we got
to
that
steal
fun
your
little
words.
we got that fun little
Oh yeah,
The
the
vision- the vision in the
hallucination.
desert.
Yeah, that was neat. That I liked. That was very far away, mind you, but yeah,
His Jedi Road.
like I appreciate how they did that though, because it was definitely close enough for you to be like, that's Hayden. That's definitely Hayden.
But I mean, they need to do something else with Vader and Obi-Wan because that cannot be their only interaction.
Right,
Because-
he's got to beat him.
Yes, because the undoing the line, which is a pillar of Star Wars. Last time we met,
I was but a student. Now
I am the master.
Yeah,
Which
only
is-
a master
which is why
of
I'm
evil, Darth.
which is
Yep.
why I'm standing by my prediction of Obi-Wan beating him and saying you still have much to learn, you little shit.
Right. Like, I haven't practiced for 10 years. I've been out killing Jedi, motherfucker. I've been trying to hide from you. So now I got to go and train, and you're gonna get my fucking Rocky 2 montage video here shortly of me training.
Please give me a Rocky 2 training montage.
Actually, I think
Disagree. I want a show.
Rocky
I want
4.
Rosario Dawson to show up, and they do a Rocky 3 montage, running along a beach somewhere.
because he's got to do something because we just talked about in Rebels.
do.
Right. He fucking slaughters Maul in a fight. Like, just like
Yeah, it's effortlessly.
And Obi-Wan is one
Like-
of the best Jedi.
Like they geared up for this fight too. They're like, it's the rematch of the century, and then Darth Maul rolls up and he just goes, "Ninja Gaiden, done."
Pretty much. Spoilers, I guess. Yeah.
For Rebels, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one thing I did see, and I agree with, was that people are bitching about like these getting back to episodic things on streaming services, when they're like, "Are you fucking kidding me? We waited around a week for a 3-minute episode of the Clone Wars." That original, like, I don't think there was any talking in the episodes.
Oh,
Or
the
very
animated,
little.
the
very first
the
clone.
2D anime. I loved those. I know,
Right, but you had to wait a
everyone else-
week.
Yeah, but
for
like,
each, it's a 3-minute episode.
yeah, but I loved them. I thought they were clever.
The
I
best
thought they
one
were
was
well done.
Yeah, I agree. I loved them too.
How we got Grievous.
Yeah, and you got to see Kid Fisto use his lightsaber underwater.
Yeah, you got to see Kit Fisto first of all.
And
You
you
got to see Kid Fisto.
got to see how powerful Mace
No,
Windu.
that'll end you up on some watch lists.
And you got to see how powerful Mace Windu really is. When
Yeah.
he took on an entire fucking clone army, or not clone army, robotic army. Yeah, and then you understand how in the second movie why what's his nuts is breathing so asthmatically. General Grievous.
Grievous.
Yeah, because he crushed his little. All right, anything else about Ooby Dooby Kenobi?
No, we've beaten this one into the ground, the fiery ground.
I can't wait. What, 3 more episodes left?
Yeah, 3. It's only a limited series, and I'm happy for it. I'm excited.
Me too, but I want more.
I
Always
get
want
that,
more.
but like, it's okay.
I know.
It's okay to do limited series, and I know you guys disagree.
Do you think they'll do a season 2?
No,
No.
No.
No need.
nope.
No need. Okay.
No need.
They have season 2, Nick. It's called Episode 4.
Yes, correct.
You see the final chapter. What do you need to know? All right.
And also apparently some Rebel stuff.
right.
Very briefly, yeah.
All right. Well, this has been Best Threesome Ever, episode 153.
Nerd Grips?
Oh, Nerd Grab. Sorry, Jesus, we're going very long here. I have anything for Nerd Grabs. I finished the helmet mostly.
Oh, cool.
Isn't the War Machine one new?
I've had that one for a while. I got it before the Punisher.
Did you?
I
Kevin?
don't. Other than that,
Good Lord.
I do. I can't remember it. It was,
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, it was such a long fucking week.
It was such a good dramatic pause, though. Like it sure felt like
was.
you were milking that shit for all it was worth.
Yes. So I got 2 Lego sets for while I'm recovering from my surgery, which is this Monday. So we'll say tentative for the next recording.
Sure.
I'm sure I will be okay by then, but I don't want to make a promise.
Right.
But I got a couple of Lego sets so that I can build while I'm recovering.
Nice.
One of them was supposed to be here on Tuesday, and it's not. And now it's saying it's not going to be here till like the 24th or something. And I'm very, very upset about this. Because like I ordered it and got that shipping specifically so I would have it for recovering. So the first one I got was the Lego Batmobile, from the new movie. Not the big Technic one with all the glowing shit, but just the mid-level one, like the $30 one. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm going to try and get all of the Lego Batmobiles of that.
Oh, nice.
Of that,
Nice.
that size.
It's a good size.
It is good size.
It is a good size.
It gets the job done.
It does. And everybody can enjoy it, no matter what you feel about it.
And it comes with a penguin, but I wish it came with a Catwoman. But the motorcycles come with a Catwoman. It's whatever. I guess I have a little Colin Farrell Lego now. And then the other one I got was a tall neck with Aloy from Horizon.
Okay.
And that's the one that hasn't come yet, and I'm very upset about it. I just want it because I want to build it real bad because I love the USS Dino Prize.
Sure.
Because it looks like a brontosaurus with a Enterprise
With-
A head.
Yeah.
I think this is the ship. If this is the ship I'm thinking of.
It's not a ship. It's a brontosaurus with an Enterprise saucer
Disc
head.
saucer section on the top of it. Yeah.
It's called a tall neck. Just Google
tall neck.
Horizon tall neck, and you'll see what I mean. USS Bronto Prize. I amended my original name. I like Bronto Prize better.
That's fair.
Sure does.
Yep. That's
for,
what it is.
For scientific accuracy, however, USS Brachio Prize.
Whatever.
Sure does have a saucer head.
So what that particular robot serves as is like the tower, where you can scan the area and get a lay of the land.
That would make sense.
So that they're like the only robots that aren't at some point actively trying to kill you.
Okay.
Hooray.
I never played the game, so I know.
Oh, you have a PlayStation.
I know. I don't
Do it!
I don't play a lot of games. I suck at
Fuck
gaming.
off! Get it now.
Okay.
Right now. Thank you. Anyway, I'm very excited to build them. The first one while I'm recovering, the second one whenever it decides to come.
Watch. It'll be like our podcasts. It's going to show up tomorrow.
Sweet.
Mother.
All right, so nerd grabs. Okay, so first off, we're going to talk about F1 again. I promise it'll only be 5 minutes. The season is going really well. I love watching this right now. It's great. They just did Monaco, which turned out to be significantly better than it is most years. And a bit of news on F1. So ESPN currently has the rights to the airing rights for F1 in the US.
Mm-hmm.
But that's due to expire at the end of this season. And Netflix and Amazon are very fiercely fighting a financial battle over who gets to do F1 in the States.
Weird.
Yeah. Well, Netflix has their documentary series Drive to Survive,
Oh, that's right. And you talked about that
Yep.
on the last one.
which is a lot of fun and a good primer for the sport, but like the actual sports drama is much more interesting than I think the show is. I like the show, don't get me wrong. It's just the actual sport is a lot more fun. Netflix is trying to get the airing rights, and so is Amazon, and it seems like it's going to be a shit ton of money for F1, and I'm very excited for that. They're also currently working out a deal with Andretti Global, who is trying to get their own F1 team, and they're trying to get an 11th team on the grid. So F1, I highly recommend it. Just watch a race. It's fun. It's fun. I'll watch Clone Wars and Rebels if you watch a F1 race.
Were you supposed to watch The Office and trade of me watching West Wing?
Did you watch all of West Wing?
I did.
Well, then my plan worked. And then I also went out and got another Pokemon game. I got, of course, several weeks behind, or several years behind at this point.
I was gonna say that one came out a bit ago.
Yeah. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Lots of fun.
If you can get your hands on the Pokeball controller,
Yeah?
I suggest it.
Really?
It's fun because it makes the whole game one-handed.
Do you have one?
Blake does. I did.
Oh.
I don't know. I can't remember what happened to it.
Oh, okay.
I had one, and I don't know if I let somebody borrow it, and now I'll never get it back or what. But
Because I was going to ask if I could borrow it and never give it back.
well, if you get a new one, you get a Mew.
Cool.
Because you can trade it directly from the ball. Shut up.
No, that reminded me of another thing. I've been screenshotting every time there's a character.
Oh, and it says you have two great. You
have two great balls?
Yeah, absolutely.
You got 2 great balls? Yeah.
There's
every
so
time.
many screenshots on my Switch of that. You are not alone, good sir.
Yeah. Good as luck. And it's always the character is always shocked or surprised as that message comes up. They're just like, just like, yep. You just looked at them too, didn't you? Like,
But yeah, so it's this tiny little Pokeball shaped controller. It just has 2 buttons, which is the one that's on top, and then the joystick also has a button. But you just control it with the joystick. You fake throw it to throw the Pokeball, so you have to like get your aim on.
Oh, sure.
With this, and then it vibrates as it twitches, and it glows the color of whatever the Pokemon.
Oh, sure. Whatever
like,
it's type.
you got.
Type. Okay. Mm-hmm. I wasn't sure if it was the difficulty level that
No.
No.
So it glows green when it's caught, and then I think it changes, like it does a hum of a color of the type. I could be wrong and misremembering as something else,
okay.
but it's a fun little
It's a
way
fun little
to play the game.
peripheral.
Yeah. And you can get them pretty cheap, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've been
Plus a Mew.
well, yeah, but I like that. That's part of the reason I haven't bought more controllers for my fucking Switch because they're so expensive. For
Also,
Joy-Cons.
are you still playing Sword and Shield?
No, I haven't gotten Sword and Shield yet.
I thought you had. Well, now that you have that, you will get a special edition Pikachu if you do move up to Sword and Shields.
Okay.
Because it has like this Dynamax thing.
Oh, sure.
And the Pikachu will go, when it Dynamaxes, it becomes the chonky original Pikachu. Just a huge version of it.
Yes. Like the original card.
Yeah.
Yes.
The super chonky boy.
Yes. Love that. Yeah, so those are my nerd gripes. See, promised I kept it pretty short.
Yay.
Nick, you need to get stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. There's so much stuff I want.
There's
It's all expensive. Requires money.
there's an inflation on.
It doesn't even need to necessarily be something that's like money. It could be like, oh, I got a free subscription to Panty Appreciator magazine. I don't know why that's the first thing that came into my head.
Good
I
Lord.
apologize.
Could have said you could buy it. You could get New Horizons.
I know. I know.
You went way profane on that, and yet perfectly believable.
It's nothing perverted. It's not sexual. It's about power.
Panty power. I don't know.
Fuck you. I was drinking.
Alba took my #1 spot on Duolingo. You bitch. I'm going to fucking kill you.
Who did?
Some person on Duolingo took my #1 spot.
Oh.
I'm very prideful.
How's your
about-
French going?
I quit, and now I'm brushing up on my Spanish. I'll go back to it.
Yeah, same.
Probably tomorrow. I got real mad at it. And
Getting a little burnt out on.
it's
that
not
was
even
my
burnt
thing,
out.
too.
The minutia of French is very picky.
That's because like Spanish, a lot of their words are gendered.
But the thing is that with Spanish, it follows its own rules. French, at the beginning of the lesson, it's like, okay, if this ends in an E, if a noun ends in an E, it's feminine. And later on, I found, unless it's not, for arbitrary reasons, we are not going to tell you.
That's frustrating.
Like a book, livre, is masculine, even though it ends in an E. And I don't know if that's because it has double consonants before the E. I don't know if that is the reason.
Sure.
It's certainly not informing me of that. but so far it's my best guess.
All right.
Maybe somebody who speaks French fluently could explain it.
Lee, what the fuck?
He does speak French.
He
fluently.
does.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
He told us.
Yes, he does many times. Yes, he does.
It's one of his favorite facts about himself.
That and he trained with the stunt coordinator for Highlander.
Yes.
It's true.
And he's met Adrian, what's his name, several times.
Oh,
The
Highlander.
guy who was Highlander on the TV show.
When I was watching
I'm not ragging on you, Lee. You're
Who's
wonderful.
Highlander on the TV show.
the guy Jake. So when I was
Adrian
watching,
Brody, that's what it is.
when I was watching Starship Troopers, I couldn't forget the time that we met Jake Busey, and I asked him about the violin playing because he had how when you meet a celebrity, they usually have pictures from like movies they were in or whatever.
Yeah.
And one of the pictures he had was him with that green violin, and I had asked him, and I said, "So was that an actor's choice? Was that a director character choice thing?" And he's like, "Well, actually, the director's wife is
Not a phrase you want to hear from a face that looks like that, by the way.
Right. So Jake Busey describes how the director's wife plays in the Philharmonic Orchestra or whatever, some big name orchestra, and she plays violin and thought it'd be interesting to integrate. So she trained him to play violin, and because they wanted it to be whatever.
Realistic, yeah.
Right. And so she's like, "Here, just use my practice violin," and she hands him the Stradivarius violin from the 1600s, and she's got a collection, as musicians sometimes do. I know my brother doesn't have two; he's got two or three. Anyways, so this very
Humble
expensive
brag,
violin, and he's like, "I don't know how to play this. I don't want to fucking break this thing. What the fuck?" And she's like, "Whatever, it's just a violin."
Was it neon green plastic? Is that the one he ended up playing in the movie?
Yeah, because at first when he's in basic, he's got a regular one, but then when they're in combat,
the
these get the
party
green
one?
Yeah, the party to make him feel more party.
The party violin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it was a good story.
The party strings.
I would want him to sign a picture of the first spaceship blowing up in Contact. Not even specifically an image of him, just the spaceship blowing up. I'm like, Jake, this is where the movie should have ended. You won. I do not accept that they just funded their own spaceship out of nowhere. You won the movie, Jake. Please sign this.
There you go.
All right, I think that's it.
That is it. This has been episode 153 of Best Threesome Ever. 100. Jesus Christ, let's try it again.
I know we're going long. I wanted to end it.
I love it when we end on sort of bye.
See ya. Well, this has been Best Threesome Ever, episode 153, brought to you by Heroic Goods and Games and Jaybird Wines. I'm Nick.
I'm Rob.
I'm Kevin.
And we will see you next time.
The views held here by the nerds of Best Threesome Ever do not directly reflect the views of nerds everywhere.